Hello. Wow. I thought you'd be clear. Goodness. So, what are the answers to these questions? The following factors hinder vegetable production in Ghana. The following factors hinder vegetable production in Ghana, except availability of sunlight. Good. The SI unit of energy. The SI unit of energy is represented as joules. Definitely going for the second one, the first option. A book is at rest on a table. The net force acting on a book could be described as one that is balanced. One that is balanced. And now we have 3 out of 3. An example of a communicable disease. An example of a communicable disease. Asthma, diabetes, hepatitis, hypertension. It should be hepatitis. So hepatitis is a communicable disease, but asthma, diabetes, and hypertension are not communicable. So good, we've gotten 4 out of 4. 4 out of 4. To stop the spread of a disease caused by a dirty environment, to stop the spread of disease caused by a dirty environment, one must, caused by a dirty environment, one must practice personal hygiene. That's obviously the case. Personal hygiene solves that case of Mark. Correct. An animal feed made up of high fiber. Animal feed made up of high fiber is likely to contain silage. Is it maize grain, soya beans, or wheat grain silage? Good. Charles Darwin is famous. Charles Darwin is famous for... So far we've answered 6 questions and we've gotten all the 6 correct. Charles Darwin is famous for discovery of penicillin. his work on the origin of universe, his work in the field of physics, and his theory of natural selection. So what's the answer? I think it is his theory of natural selection. That should be the case. I think is the correct. Now we have a question here. That is, let me move it down a little. A mango of mass 2 kilogram. A mango of mass 2 kilogram hangs 50 meters on top of a mango tree. Determine the value of the kinetic energy attained just before it hits the ground. Just before it hits the ground. Interesting question. So we have 30 joules, 225 joules, and 3,000 joules, and 3 joules. So a mango of mass 2 kilograms, and the height is 50 meters from the ground. And we are supposed to calculate the kinetic energy attained just before it hits the ground. Meanwhile, formula for kinetic energy is half times mass times velocity squared. But we do not have velocity in the question. So with the data we've been provided, we have mass and height and gravity. So we can find the potential energy. So the potential energy will be 2 times 15 times 10. That gives us 3,000? No, 300 joules. Good. So the answer should be 300 joules. I'm rooting for 300 joules. Let's mark and see. Good. So the answer is 300 joules. And the reason is simple. It's 300 joules because just before the mango hits the ground, all the potential energy is converted into what? Kinetic energy. So we have 8 out of 8. Now, which of the following Ghanaian scientists is known for promoting mathematics and physics? This question is Professor Alute. Professor Alute. Move on. Now, an example of a monogastric animal. Monogastric animal. An example of a monogastric animal is cattle, goat, sheep, rabbit. Monogastric, it should be rabbit. Let's mark correct. So far we've gotten perfect score. Perfect score. Perfect score. Next question. Which of the following statements accurately explains the position of calcium and magnesium in the periodic table? Which of the following statements accurately explains the position of calcium and magnesium in the periodic table? They have the same valence electron. Excellent. Which of the following food substances would produce a red precipitate when heated with millions reagents? When heated with millions reagents. So that means which of these contains the most number of protein? The answer should be granite. Good. Question number 13. Question number 13. The rise in heat waves and floods globally may be due to the effect of climate change, greenhouse gases. Mark. Next question. Which of the following waste disposal practice is best for plastic disposal? So waste disposal, which of them is best for plastic disposal? Is it burning? No, I don't think so. Recycling. Yeah, I think recycling. Good. Recycling is best for plastic disposal. The first step in the digestion of fats in the body is the first step in the digestion of fats in the body. What is the first step? Bowel breaks down the fats in the gallbladder. This obviously cannot be the answer. And the reason is simple. Bowel breaks down the fats in the gallbladder. Of course, gallbladder produces bowel, but the breakdown of fats does not occur in the gallbladder. Yeah, so the first option is out. This option is out, so the A is wrong. Then let's check the second option. Bowel breaks down the fats in the duodenum. I think this is the most logical answer. Bowel breaks down fats in the duodenum. So I'll go for that. Is that the first step? So let's check. Good, excellent. So the first step in the digestion of fats in the body is that bowel breaks down fats in the duodenum. Which of the following organisms is prokaryotes? Prokaryotes. So far, I've gotten perfect score 15 out of 15. Which of the following organism is a prokaryote? Oh, of course, this is simple. Bacteria. Bacteria is prokaryotes. So bacterials are prokaryotes because they do not have membrane-bound organelles, and even the organelles that they have in their body, they do not, in their system, they do not have membrane around them. So it's definitely bacteria. Which of the following statement best explains animal feed? Animal feed, more like agriculture. So animal feed, food grown or developed for livestock. Balanced diet provided to animals. Breast milk served to a calf. Grass that is used to feed livestock. So I'll go for A. Good. So 17 out of 17. Question 18. Which of the following activities does not relate to the principles of pressure in the daily lives of humans? Principle of pressure. What's the answer? The D has to do with force. Newton's laws of motion. So I think this is the odd one. A person jerking forward when a speeding car suddenly stops. So now we have our next question. A patient has been diagnosed of hypertension, that is high blood pressure. Which of the following readings is most likely the patient's blood pressure? Which of the following is most likely the patient's blood pressure? 10, 82, 85, 120, 80. It can't be 120, 80 because the normal range of blood pressure is within that range, like 120 or let's say 118 and 9. Yeah. So since high blood pressure, 130, 85. Now let me go for 140, 90. Yeah, 140, 90. So that is hypertension. So it's in that range. Which of the following diseases can be classified as a viral disease? Candidiasis. A viral disease is mostly caused by viruses. So diseases that are caused by viruses are known as viral diseases. So which of these can be considered or classified as a viral disease? I'll go for H1N1 to be, let's mark it and see. Perfect score. Next question, which of the following associations between two organisms is always beneficial to both? That definitely is mutualism. It reminds me of this statement, mutual respect. Mutual respect. So mutualism is the answer. Which of the following substances are major components of blood? Which of the following components are major components of blood? Platelets, Plasma, glass cells. I'll go for that. Good. So we've got it right. We've got it right. Next question. Next question. Question number 23. Combination of science, technology, and innovation in Ghana is needed because it promotes national development. It makes students understand the environment, equips students to travel. This is the logical answer. Good. So it's D. A rod bends. A rod appears bent when immersed in water. A rod appears bent when immersed in water. All property of light is demonstrated. Property of light, that's refraction, of course. So refraction of light, the change in direction of light when it moves between two medium of different refractive indexes or different densities. So refraction is definitely the answer. Meanwhile, reflection has to do with bouncing back of light, and dispersion has to do with the scattering of lights, white light. Which of the following heart conditions in humans is caused by plaque deposits in arteries? It's caused by plaque deposits in arteries. Arteriosclerosis, heart attack, heart failure, and stroke. The answer for this question is arteriosclerosis. This is no brainer. Arteriosclerosis, definitely, all out. But let's confirm. Good. So that makes our answer the correct answer. Let's move on. A grassland ecosystem that consists of snake, toads, grasshoppers is most likely to produce a food chain of. So you have snake, toads, grasshopper. So it should definitely be grasshopper. So you have grasshopper, toad, and snake. I think so. Grasshopper, toad. So we have grass coming first, and the grasshopper is the good. So it should be B. Good. Yeah. So this tests our understanding of food chains. Yeah, food chains. The basic feeding relationship in the ecosystem. A fruit with sour taste is most likely to have a pH that is a fruit with a sour taste. We know acids have sour taste. So this fruit is definitely an acid. And acids have pH less than 7. Acids have pH less than 7. So let's go. So that becomes our actual answer. Next question. Which of the following insects shows the egg, nymph, and adult stage in life cycle? Basically, this question is asking us which insect shows incomplete metamorphosis. Incomplete metamorphosis. And we have grasshopper, housefly, mosquito. It should be grasshopper. Mosquitoes and housefly shows complete metamorphosis. Good. The term used to describe a rabbit giving birth. A rabbit giving birth. That term, the term that describes rabbit giving birth is weaning is giving it solid food. Yeah, so weaning cannot be the case. So kindling. Good. Which of the following statements best explains the term ecosystem? Ecosystem. A group of organisms of the same species that live in a space, same place at the same time. That is population. So a group of organisms of the same species that live in the same place at the same time is known as population. A group of population living in the same area at the same time. A group of populations, that is community. So the A is defining population and the B is defining a community. The part of the Earth's environment where life exists. Where life exists, the part Is it biosphere or habitats? Yeah. A community of living and non-living things. So this captures ecosystem. The last one captures ecosystem. Yeah. Which of the following types of manure is suitable for vegetable garden? Vegetable garden. Dog fecal waste. I'll go for cow dung. Good. Cow dung. A breeding female pig is a sow. Yeah, good. For a heifer, I think heifer is a breeding cow, female cow. Then though, I don't really remember that. Which of the following energy sources is or are environmentally friendly? Wind is environmentally friendly, hydro is environmentally friendly, and biomass is also. So biomass has to do with generating energy from living biological substance like plants or dead remains of animals and co. So it's also environmentally friendly. Germs that infect the respiratory system are frequently spread through air pollution, cough, and mucus. Oh, absolutely. If someone has a respiratory problem and needs to pass and the person coughs around you, you are likely to get the disease. The same thing has to do with air pollution and mucus. Chemical formula of iron sulfide. This is no-brainer. It's C, iron sulfide. The following soil qualities are important for crop production except high salinity, nutrient availability, oxygen availability, water holding capacity. Okay, except nutrient availability is necessary, oxygen availability is necessary, water holding capacity is necessary. I'll go for high salinity. Good. Yeah, high salinity. Which of the following substances has a definite shape? Definitely. Which of them is a solid? Definitely is a stone. Good. The characteristics of a fertile soil includes good aeration, texture, water holding capacity. I think all of these are important. So we have gotten 38 out of 38. Good. Which of the following statements best explain why gases are more compressible than solids? Gases are more compressible than solids. Which of the following? The first option is particles in gases are smaller than in solids. Explain why particles with gases are more compressible. No, gases have fixed volume, but solids do not. Well, particles in soil have definite shape, but gases have no definite shape. Nah. The particles in gases have wider intermolecular spaces as compared. Yeah, I'll go for this one. The C, the D. Let's check out our answer. Good. To 39. Our last question for the round. An organism that lives on decaying organic matter. I'll go for fungus. Oh, no way! An organism that lives on decaying organic matter, contamination, human food, feed on what? No, it's grass. Housefly. I should have read the whole question. This overconfidence. I should have read this whole damn question. Our perfect score has been dented. So we've gotten 39 out of 40. See you in our next questions.